Hi everybody, hope you are doing as well as you can be during this strange time. I'm missing cooking together with you, but we obviously cannot gather to be doing any vegan cooking together right now, so I've decided I'm going to start doing some of my favorite recipes for you online. So today we're going to make a very simple vegan crab cake. I also have some thoughts of some live cooking classes that we could do via FaceTime, Zoom, etc. So stay tuned for that as I figure out the logistics. But for now, here's just a fun, simple recipe. All of these ingredients you can order online or through grocery delivery. A really good thing about being vegan during this shutdown is tons of vegan items are still available in the stores and online. They're not quite as popular, which is a good thing. So you can pretty much get what you need if you're eating plant-based. So what you need for this recipe is hearts of palm, obviously. So they are usually in a jar or a can. We're going to use 14.5 ounces of them today. You're going to need salt and pepper, which you probably have, some dry mustard, a vegan mayo, whatever brand you're into, Old Bay seasoning. If you don't have this, you could just use some paprika, garlic, and celery seed, and then also some breadcrumbs. I have panko breadcrumbs. You could even just toast some bread crumbled up into breadcrumbs. And then the last thing you need is an egg replacer. I like using neat egg, which is just flaxseed and chickpea flour, but you could use, just ground flaxseed. Whatever you use as an egg replacer, as long as it's super sticky and gooey, will work for this recipe. So let me move this stuff out of the way. I've already drained the hearts of palm. They come in a brine, so you need to strain them before you work with them. But I'll show you one up close here. So it's a super tender, pretty neutral tasting vegetable. And what we're going to do is cut that into quarters. So you get these little strips. Actually, this one's pretty big. We're going to cut it into eighths. The goal is just to get tiny pieces of hearts of palm. So let me show you why this is so fun to use as a crab meat replacement. As you work with it, you start to get this stringy crab-like texture, which might look kind of gross over video, but it's really good in person. So we're going to chop this up into little pieces. I've already chopped the other palms. And have them here in this bowl. Let's add this. If you want more of like a jumbo chunk, lumpy crab meat, then don't chop it so small. But I like it more delicate. So now I'm using a potato masher to mash this even more. The more you work with it, the more you get that stringy crab-like texture. I wouldn't use a food processor though, because it will almost liquefy if you chop it too much. Alright, next we're going to add 2¼ teaspoons of our breadcrumbs. So there's 1, 2, and 1/4. A little pinch of salt and pepper. However much you're into, but not too heavy on the salt. And then a teaspoon of Old Bay. Which is going to give it that seafood flavor and also give it a nice color. So we're going to mix this together. That's the look right now. Smells good. And then set this aside for a second, and we're going to do some of our wet ingredients. I'm also going to preheat the oven to 350. I'm using a toaster oven to make these. So instead of pan frying them, we're going to bake our crab cakes. I use that Breville toaster oven a ton to bake instead of using the big oven. Alright, so now we're going to get our egg replacer ready. So the Neat Egg brand, you just add some water. You want to do the equivalency of half an egg, which you can do with vegan egg replacers. It would be hard to do with a real egg. But for a half an egg equivalency with a Neat Egg, you're going to do a teaspoon and a half of the powder or the flour. And then a tablespoon of water. And when you whisk this together, you get a goopy egg consistency. I'm going to whisk it and then let it sit at least a minute or so. So you can see here, again, not super attractive, but you get a nice sticky egg-like texture. You can't fry these up like scrambled eggs. They're for baking and cooking. Alright, that's nice and sticky. Put that aside. So we're going to now add our mayo, 2 1/4 teaspoons of our vegan mayo, right into our egg. There's 2 teaspoons. And 1/4. That's our toaster oven ready to go. Going to add in 1/4 teaspoon of dry mustard. If you don't have this, I think you could skip it. You'd be fine. It's just a traditional ingredient in crab cakes, and it does bring a little flavor to it. So now we are going to whisk this all together. That's our egg, our mayonnaise, and our mustard. And then add this to our crab partipong crab mixture. So we'll blend this together so that that mayonnaise egg mixture starts to bind the crab pieces together. If you wanted, you could even stop with this, refrigerate it, and have like a nice seafood salad. You could put on top of salads, put it in a sandwich, whatever you want. It's pretty good cold. But we're we're going to bake this into a crab cake, or a couple crab cakes. So this I featured in our holiday entertaining class. If you go to my website, vegancookingwithjason.com, you can see a bunch of our past classes at the bottom of the webpage, and then some of the classes we're working on. For whenever this is all over, you will see posted as well. But this, once you see it start to clump together, you know that it's ready to go. All right. So we need to prep our pan, which is super easy. So I'm going to use parchment paper. Whenever you use parchment paper, whenever I use parchment paper, to get it the right shape of the pan, I just turn whatever I'm using as a pan over, hold it down tightly, and then rip around the edge. And you'll get the exact shape that you need. Look at that. So my original recipe was to make little mini appetizer sizes. So they were 2 tablespoons. And I'm using my favorite kitchen tool. If you get some scoops at the ice cream store, at the restaurant store, the colors equal measurement. So a blue one is always a 1/4 cup, a black one is always 2 tablespoons. They're pretty amazing, especially for stuff that's goopy like this. So I use my 2 tablespoon scoop for our mini crab cake. Just flatten it out a little bit. But then I'm going to use our 1/4 cup scoop to make more of a traditional size. We'll flatten these out after we get them all in the pan. I'm going to make 2 large ones, and then we'll make the rest smaller. You don't need to grease the parchment paper, they won't stick. You can also double this recipe and make more of these at once. I guess that's kind of obvious, but in case it's not, you can. Alright, grab a fork, just flatten these. The smaller ones you don't have to flatten too much. We're going to bake these for 12 minutes and then check them and see if the bottom is browned enough. So here they are before they go in. So there's our 2 large ones, our small ones. Crab cakey, right? Alright, so into our oven, and then we'll be back to check them in a little bit. Okay, so our 12-minute timer went off. Let's check our crab cakes. I wish you could smell the kitchen right now. They smell so good. So here they are after 12 minutes. You can see they've browned a bit. So you just want to check underneath gently without ripping them apart like I just did with that one. And let me move back here. See if they've browned. So these are slightly browned. I think I'm going to put them back in for 5 minutes. It's really up to you, the texture that you like. There's nothing in here that's going to hurt you if it's not cooked to a certain temperature. So some people like these super browned, almost burnt. It's really up to you. But I'm going to do 5 more minutes and then we'll check them out. Okay, our crab cakes have browned nicely. This was after 5 additional minutes. So you can see here, browned. You want to let them sit about 2 or 3 minutes before you take them off of the pan, just so they firm up. But I plated 2 of our minis here with a little bit of parsley, so there are our nice golden mini browned vegan hearts of palm crab cakes. If you make these, send me a video, send me a pic, tag me. I'd love to see them. Again, check us out at vegancookingwithjason.com. We're on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll share some more with you soon. So stay healthy, stay well, take care, happy cooking.